Hello, we are going to take a couple of minutes discussing the buyer attachment and section 1 of the residential resale purchase contract that was updated in February of 2011. The first page of every residential purchase contract is the buyer attachment. The buyer attachment is a document that is required by the contract to be delivered to the buyer as part of the real estate transaction. The buyer attachment also helps the buyer navigate the real estate transaction. It gives them some very important information, such as reading the contract before they sign it. It also talks about the importance of inspections and verifying that they can obtain insurance on the property. This document does not need to be signed or initialed. However, there is no harm in having your clients do that, and many agents like to. Page 1 of the residential resale purchase contract. Today's contract we are going to have filled out between the buyer, John Smith, and of course John is married to Jane Smith, and the seller today we are going to have as an REO bank. So as we fill out the contract, if we do not know who the bank is on line number 2, we can always check the box as identified in section 9C, and basically when the seller signs the contract, they will identify themselves. You now must have a premises address. Today we'll use 1234 West Main Street. Next we're going to fill out the assessor's parcel number, sometimes referred to as the APN. You can get the APN in the tax record. It is a 3-digit number followed by a 2-digit number followed by a 3-digit number. Next, the city and county. The legal description on line number 7 is a requirement to a valid contract. This must be filled in order to have a valid contract. The purchase price. Today we'll purchase for $500,000. The earnest money goes on the next line, line number 9. That will be $5,000. The next line is going to include the down payment. So today we will put $95,000 down. Now $95,000 plus the $5,000 that was already placed down in the earnest money will make a total down payment of $100,000. So we'll say that this is due prior to close of escrow. Next we are going to put the final amount of the loan amount. In this case it is $400,000. As a new first loan. On line number 18, we're going to place the close of escrow date. You always want to talk to the lender prior to setting a close of escrow date, and the best time to close escrow, if at all possible, is middle of the week, middle of the month. Down on lines 27 through 29, you'll check any other forms that will go with. For instance, if you have a buyer contingency or you have an HOA or lead-based paint, you will check that right there between 27. So today we'll call it an as-is because it is a bank property. Now section 1 is going to finish right here on line 53. You'll check the boxes for any refrigerator, washer, and dryer that could be included, and you'll describe them using the serial and model number of any of the units that are being left behind or transferred to the buyer. On line 52, fixtures and leased items not included will be filled in. This would be if there was an attached television that is going to be transferred from the house to the seller. It's going to be removed and become personal property. This is how you fill out section 1 of the residential purchase contract.